Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is first person tutor speaking. Now, while we're about to make points in bullet form, I just wanted to say a thing or two about the Google Forms. So, yes, mathematics and chess, if you're interested, signing up for those classes is as easy as signing up the Google form, and that will be available on WhatsApp channel, Instagram, Facebook, and I believe Twitter as well. But it matters not where you find it. I will show you how to find it so that no matter what happens, you will be able to sign up with the Google form. So whether face to face or online, or group or one-on-one, the Google form can be used to sign up for just about anyone, right? So if you are in primary, if you're in high, or if you're an adult learner, then yeah. And I'll give you the step-by-step instructions on how to sign up the Google form in the Google form itself. I will attach a link in the Google form where on each page you will see how to fill out the form on all of the pages. So yeah, I apologize for that light that I'm trying to get rid of. Yeah, I have to shift the board a certain way, right? If I don't shift the board a certain way, yeah, that light's gonna stay. Yeah, but anyhow, these were the points in bullet form. Now, if you're interested in learning how to play this over the board, then of course you go over to We Still Learn, where the classes will be on Saturdays and Sundays. So those will be the face-to-face classes on Saturdays and Sundays. And I suppose I will make a consideration for both one-on-one classes as well as group classes as well. Right? So remind me to add that modification to the Google form. Right? But everything else is there. And I promise to go through all the steps page by page, and I'll make it quite easy to sign up the form. No complication, right? I will be the tour guide, right? So anyway, let me show you another board. Yeah, it's small, tiny, but it gets the job done. And would you believe it, there's actually a third one. There is. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is first person tutor speaking. And these are some of the points in I'm not editing that. I was about to say these are the points in bullet form, and then I was confused between bullet and Google. So Google form. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's too early in the morning, but it's fine. So again, another friendly reminder, We Still Learn classes are face-to-face on Saturdays and Sundays. First person tutor will be between Monday to Thursday, right? And you can choose between, one-on-one or small group sessions, right? So again, remind me to make that consideration on the Google form so that you can make your selection. And of course, that will, dictate the price and so on. But here we are. So I'm a teacher of chess and mathematics, and of course there's coordinate geometry. Yeah, I hope I didn't say coordinate. Anyway, coordinate geometry, big part of playing chess, right? A lot of times you do a lot of triangulation, right? A lot of times you connect certain pieces unified by a particular square, and both of them are looking at the same spot, right? So there's a lot of work to be done. By the way, I include puzzle solving as a major part of everything that I do. A mixture of brain teasers that I've borrowed from the Ez Show, big respect to him. But also, apart from that, puzzle solving in general for chess itself, as well as other puzzles like Rubik's Cube and that sort of thing. I incorporate all of those wonderful things. So if you're interested, there's a Google form, and again, Just a few points in bullet form. Yeah. Black and white with squares, just like a chessboard, right? So, what else was I going to tell you? There are quite a few things I need to tell you about squares that are light, squares that are dark, squares that are white, squares that are black. What was I supposed to tell you? I'll get back to you on that. I found the most perfect puzzle-based tactics, middle game tactics and end game tactics app. This app is called chesstempo.com. Just another reminder, right? Just another reminder. Now, yes, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be leading by example. So watch this. Anything that I'm using, I'm going to make, maybe I'll do a screen recording so that it's a little bit less, less unprofessional, other than looking at the actual tablet and recording the tablet screen itself. I will see which of the two looks better, but it needs to be done. There's a Checkmate app. I like it, but there are ads, so you don't really necessarily want all of that. But chesstempo.com, that app is so perfect for chess. It's perfect. So hey, points in bullet form. Now, while we're talking about chess, there are a few, what you call, I guess I'd like to make abundant tangible habits, right? So there are a few habits I have when it comes to playing chess. When I want to review my games, what I do is, at the end of it, whether it's on chess.com, Lee Chess, Checkmate, I go and I hit share, I export PGN, and I copy the PGN. Then what I do is I go to Lee Chess, I go to import games, I select request computer analysis, I paste the PGN in the empty space, I press submit and import, and before you know it, every game that you've ever played on any website you've ever played, you can just go through everything from start to finish, including suggestions of better moves. Oh, that looks better. Look at that. You see what happens when you learn to make adjustments? Look at that. Speaking of, we still learn to make adjustments. You've seen enough about the Google form. I will be updating everybody. By the way, look at the pinned videos. The pinned videos are very important. So if you go to Facebook, look at the featured videos. If you're on TikTok, look at the pinned videos. If you're on Instagram, look at the pinned videos. Pinned videos, featured videos, that will give you all the instructions you need on how to find me on social media, as well as how to sign up the form, leaving no stone unturned. But there's something I forgot to mention. I'll take it back to the board. Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is First Person Tutor speaking. And of course, there's a game that I'd like to tell you about, not just chess, but the coordinates game, right? The coordinates game is a game where you announce the coordinate of the square and I should point to it. So let's say, for example, we are black playing from this direction going up this way. And you say, well, I'd like you to point to, and mind you, it's going to look reverse for me, so it's going to be difficult. So let's say, to simplify, let's say you said, hey, I want you to point to h5. If you're playing as black, this is going to be h5. What about something like f6? This is going to be f6, right? So that's how the coordinate game is played.